Well, I'm John with John Buys Your House, and I'm here with JG. We're about to close on his home, and it's been a journey. And would love to hear what your experience has been and how you think everything's gone.
It's gone really great, as smooth as it could be, given the circumstances that I've been in. These guys have been really good at communicating with me, keeping me. I'm not a very good communicator, so it's good when somebody keeps on trying to track me down and keeps putting up with my poor communication skills. But it was great, having him putting up with that. So that being said, my situation was kind of a unique situation. My father did a quitclaim deed on my house while I was kind of away from the situation. I was just paying my mortgage and not paying attention too much to the house and everything. I was trying to concentrate on my daughter being in school. My house burned down, so I was not at the house and not getting most of my mail. I was kind of just hard to get a hold of. So these guys found out when they were trying to buy my house that my father had done some fraud and tried to steal my house and sell my house out from underneath me. And John was smart enough to figure out that there was something fishy going on, and he talked to his partners, and they all decided that they were going to try and help me with no strings attached. They didn't charge me anything. They put a lien on my house to protect it from being sold, and got me a lawyer, and pretty much made everything really easy for me to protect myself and my family. I have a wife that's handicapped and a daughter that's 8 years old, and I was in some really dire situations to where these guys helped me out tremendously. And I probably wouldn't have done it. I couldn't have done it without them. I had no one to turn to, and not even knowing these guys beforehand, they helped me out more than anyone could, and did things that no one else would do when I needed someone the most. So it was really nice having these guys on my side and knowing that they were here to help me. And I always had somebody that I could turn to. I don't know how much you want me to go into.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that covers it. I appreciate the kind
We can
words.
always go back and you can cut, back into this.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you want to get into that personal kind of stuff. I don't.
Whatever you're comfortable sharing, I think that's great. I think from what I could see, obviously you were the one going through it, but from what I could see, a really tough time. It felt like, I'm sure the walls were closing in, and just a dark period. And I'm glad that we, Stephanie and I saw what was happening, and we're able to get in touch.
Yeah,
with
you guys could have said, "Hey, we're not going to deal with this. This is just too much. This seems kind of strange. I don't want to get involved with this. It seems, I called some of my friends, and they just said, "Well, I don't want to get involved in this situation because I don't know enough about it." And it was just kind of, so,
I think it's important, because I've got kids, you've got a daughter. Like, I think, because Stephanie and I could have absolutely just turned away,
sure,
and been like, not my problem. Mm-hmm. This is going to be crazy. But I think, just that it was so wrong what was happening to you, that I'm glad that we were able to, to step up and help.
Right.
And there was a period of time where I think, all of us, you, Tiffany, Stephanie, myself, like, none of us were sure if it was going to be a positive outcome.
Right.
And I think,
And you guys stepped up and spent your own money helping me, and did things that normal people, or not people, anybody would do to help me out when I needed someone the most. I didn't have a place to stay. I needed hotel expenses, food for my daughter, transportation, and when I had situations where I didn't have anything, I would I would pray that one of you guys would answer the phone, and you always would, or call me right back. And somehow, some ways, you guys couldn't always help me out with the things I was asking you for, but most of the time, almost 99% of the time, you guys helped me out when I needed the most.
Yeah.
And made sure that I wasn't out on the street, because there were times where I didn't have anything, and I didn't have a place to stay, and it was scary. My mom is no longer with me anymore. That was who I would have turned to, and my father being the one that was doing the wrong to me, I couldn't go to him, so I really had no one. So these guys were more than family to me, and it was great knowing that you can't. It's hard to find people that you can trust these days, and just working with these guys, I really felt like they were like a family to me, and they just reassured me that, things were gonna hopefully be okay. John would always say, keep on trucking. I know I'm asking a lot, or what would you say? You'd say, I know you're going through a lot.
I think, yeah. I think you were probably tired of hearing me say, keep hanging in there.
Yeah, keep hanging in there.
And I think I'd say, the light at the end of the tunnel is not a train coming to run us over.
Right, but I'm like, man, I'm still hanging in here, man. I'm hanging in here.
And so, I'm glad you kept hanging in there, because I think this is great. We've been able to put some money in your pocket before today. We're going to sign some documents for the house, and put a little more money in your pocket this week. And I think, again, the attorney is going to be able to help you even more down the road.
He found me a great attorney, who everything was very streamlined. I always felt very comfortable. I didn't have to second guess myself or these guys. I felt like I could trust them with everything. And that turned out to be what happened. And if they didn't help me, I would have been in a very different situation than now. And I'm scared to even think about where I would be right now without John and his team.
Yeah. Well, dude, awesome. I'm so glad we were able to work together. It's been great to meet you and work with you.
Well, when y'all are stuck with me now, I don't think we'll not be.
I was going to say, I hope we can stay in touch.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What we've been through definitely makes it feel like we're family.
Yes, it definitely does. I mean, even today, or even yesterday, my daughter had turned my ringer off on my phone, and Stephanie, both of these guys were just worried about me, and worried, where it bothered someone so much that they couldn't sleep last night, and still called me at 2 o'clock in the morning just to make sure I was okay, because they cared about me that much, and that means a lot. It's hard to find people. That was one of the situations where I couldn't find someone to help me with my house, because everyone that I would turn to try to help me when I decided I would, they were ended up trying to do me wrong. And I found a contractor, and they were trying to take my house from me and not really try to help me. And that was why I kept dragging my feet. And these guys helped me. I'm a procrastinator, and they would help me push me along and say, all right, we got to do this. They'd come and pick me up when I didn't have a car, and just made things very, very easy and very easy to get things done.
Awesome. So last question, would you recommend other people working with
I wouldn't recommend anybody else but you guys.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
I don't know what's your name of your group?
John Buys Your House.
John Buys Your House?
Yep, very simple.
Yeah. That being said, I would not recommend anyone else except for John Buys Your House. Their group is great, and I couldn't have done it without them. I'd be in a scary place if it was.